Okay guys, we're going to be doing Find the Clues. I was going to go do Resay maybe, but then I thought, oh, well, the way it kind of went in Arena was it went with Naoto first, so I'm going with her first. The clock's ticking echoes through the room, and I look up from the file I hold. It seems I yearn for some mental stimulation. And I didn't say that right, but anyway, to distract me from the sheer volume of information I'm attempting to process. But when I look up, all that's before me are the tall stacks of files I brought in from the reference room. Even when I cooperated with the investigation as a detective, I'd only been in this room a few times. They must have ushered me into the drawing room on the highest floor of Inver Station today in order to send a message. Don't draw attention to yourself. I lower my hat to rest my eyes and spend some time thinking back on the conversation I had a short while ago.
I see. In other words, nothing suspicious is apparent in the current Kirijo group.
Correct. There are no factors that would necessitate detouring Mitsuru Kirijo or the shadow operatives which she leads.
Man holding my reports falls silent, pondering something. His reaction shows that he most likely foresaw what sort of report I'd hand in. The well-dressed man before me belongs to the National Police Agency, Security Bureau, Security Planning Division, or in brief form, the Public Safety Police. It was he who requested the undercover investigation into Mitsuru's shadow operatives.
Mitsuru Kirijo seemed to have some idea who stole her cargo, yes?
She did indeed. To begin with, the culprit knew the contents of the cargo which even Miss Kirijo herself did not fully understand. It follows that the culprit in this case was someone with intimate knowledge of the Kirijo group's dark secrets. How Mitsuru Kirijo deals with this culprit will surely shed more light upon her true motives.
Half of that is true and half of it is sophistry. I need to discover the trump card that public safety is hiding. For most likely, that trump card will lead us to the culprit of this case, the one who stole Labrys and threw her into the TV world. That is so Japanese. Anyway, after a moment of silence, the man places a stack of thick folders before me. Fortunately, it's a bit hard to read the folders part, or the L and D in particular, because they should have a bigger outline for the words, but oh well. If he had prepared this in advance, that means he was weighing his options. He knows of my intentions, yet he must have made the decision that what they stand to gain is worth the risk.
Report to us again when you find out more.
With that, the man leaves the room. He seems my gamble paid off.
Whether I find out more or not, it's certain that something will happen.
Labrys' kidnap hasn't been caught and the case is ongoing. Even now, there's maybe developments somewhere. My friends on the investigation team must be having a strategy meeting at the food court around now. Though it's been a while since any of us have seen you, Senpai, so the conversation may have already digressed. I got a good point there, but... Sighing, I force aside my twinge of loneliness and drop my gaze to the file that my gamble won.
The Kirijo Ergonomics Research Laboratory. An organization specializing in research upon shadows.
What I demanded of public safety was an investigation document on a Kirijo Group Research Institute which no longer exists. The founder of that institute was Mitsuru-san's grandfather, Koetsu Kirijo. The contents of that report were filled with matters that were hard to believe. The Dark Hour, a different world populated by shadows that seems to intrude on the real world. Mysterious, almost alien artifacts known as plumes of dusk that can induce a personality. Were the plumes of dusk the items that if you played the game on easy difficulty for Persona 3 that you'd get an instant revive? So, then the plumes of dusk are also something if you used on Aegis and that would work. I can't quite remember the whole Aegis origin, to be honest. Humanoid robots called anti-shadow suppression weapons that will do it. Yeah, there we go. I was right. Artificial persona users who gain their abilities with special drugs. Yep. Oh, okay. So like Shinjiro and all those other guys. Mr. Jesus' son. Had I not seen Igus and Labrys with my own 2 eyes, the supernatural context of this file would seem ludicrously implausible.
A flood of shadows and the manifestation of personas. There are many similarities to what we experienced. The chief difference is that their catastrophe was artificially induced in the name of research.
On another note, I guess Chidori is the only one that's still alive that got her persona from drugs. Huh. She probably won't be the story, but something to think about. I sensed an unwavering commitment to duty from Mitsuru and her team. Though they, like us, are persona users, the horrors in the farm must be why I detected a very different type of resolve from them.
I hesitate to look into such matters without their consent, but I doubt they would volunteer much.
Huh. Well, that's because of the main character, Minato, depending on... Oh, he has many names! But anyway, from what I can deduce based on this, the culprit in Labrys' case is without a doubt related to Kirijo and Ergo research. The clue that leads to the truth has to be here. If by chance something were to happen to Mitsuru-san and her people, we would need to know more about our common enemy.
Shuji Ikutsuki took the position of chairman at Gekkokan High after Ergo research was disbanded. Mitsuru-san went there.
Yeah, he was a piece of work, though I guess she hasn't got the information that he's the super evil guy yet. Then again, she did say she wouldn't read into it.
Deceased in 2009.
Oh!
Cause of death. Falling from the school's observatory. Was it suicide? No listed family.
There is no other information in regards to him in the document. Again, from the public safety, the simplicity of the section in regards to this Shuji Ikutsuki, an obviously important person, oddly left an impression on me. It's kind of odd, like, knowing basically, well, a lot about him, but Naoto knows nothing. A lot of this game is like that. So it kind of makes this game kind of frustrating a little bit in the storytelling. I've finished reading over the material, but to be honest, it tells me little. Most of the principals involved are already deceased, including Koetsu Kirijo, Shuji Ikutsuki, and the persona users whose abilities were artificially awakened. Wait, okay, okay. Because the Chidori surviving was like a optional event, I suppose. But then maybe it was never reported so that she wouldn't, people wouldn't look for Chidori. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. Still, I do learn something. The culprit's objective in Labrys' case had similarities to the purpose of Ergo research. To deliberately gather shadows in order to fuse them together. If that was the objective, wouldn't the TV world would have been an ideal place for a test run? Well, maybe, yeah.
It may be best if I check inside of the TV world once more.
When I open myself to share my findings, scan through they may be, I noticed that the hour is late. Oh, it's almost the next day, okay. Yeah, it's nearly the dark hour, huh?
It's a bit late to call them. Which reminds me, I think I heard thunder earlier. Could it have rained?
Actually, in the whole game of Persona 4, the dark hour never occurred. Because it was only in the region of Persona 3 location that it occurred, right? So if she was in the location, a similar location, or someone calls that thing, it's rather convoluted to explain, then maybe she's going to go into the dark hour now? Anyway, the word rain gives me pause. During the incident with Labrys, the Midnight Channel was broadcasting again. If her case is truly ongoing, does that mean it could come on tonight? Ooh, a bad feeling crosses my mind. Beep, 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 beep.
Call at this hour? From an unknown number.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
I got through. Miss Detective? Wait, no. Naoto-kun, right?
Oh, Labrys.
Voice. Is that you, Labrys? What's the matter?
Listen up, because we got a big problem. Mitsuru-san and the others were on their way to Inaba, but they've gone missing.
Missing?
So we were gonna go look for them, but these weird guys came barging into the Shadow Operatives lab. I'm the only one who got out.
The Shadow Operatives Research Lab was attacked. Could it be the enemy? No, that's not it. This is most likely...
Calm down. Can you describe anything unique about the people who invaded your headquarters?
Unique? They came in a big group. They wore suits. They showed this paper-looking thing, and they said something about an investigation.
Just as I thought. Public safety. I had my suspicions, but there can be no mistake. Though the Kirijo Group and Public Safety are formally in cooperation, Public Safety privately has a low opinion of the Shadow Operatives. Hence their request that I perform an undercover investigation. They must have found out about Mitsuru's disappearance and used it as an opportunity to launch a compulsory investigation. But Mitsuru-san's disappearance, could it really be related to Public Safety's move? Labra said a moment ago that Mitsuru-san and her people were headed to Innova. Why? Well, I think carefully sorting through this new information, I asked Labras for more details.
I understand. What's your present situation?
I can't go back to the lab, right? Even if I could, I wouldn't know what to do without Mitsuru-san around. But then I found out the Shadow Operatives got these special folks who only get called up in emergencies.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
I just met up with them a minute ago, and we're about to go look for Mitsuru-san and them.
Understood. I'll cooperate as well. I'm sure the others won't say no either. We'll all try searching for Mitsuru-san.
Oh man, I'm fanboying a little bit too much about Persona 1 and 2 characters. I know, it's probably not them. It just makes logic because they're the only characters that could be a part of the Shadow Operatives, right? You know?
Really?
But,
Thanks.
oh wow.
Labras, there's something else I'd like to ask. Why was Mitsuru-san headed for Innova?
If I remember right, they found a weird shadow reading over there, so they were gonna go look into it.
A weird shadow reading.
Abnormal shadow reading is detected in Ima, and Mitsuru-san and her people go missing when they head out to investigate. Even if this isn't related to the public safety matter, I can't overlook this detail. Anyway, Mitsuru-san and her people are Persona users and extremely skilled ones at that. They're in a situation with no means of contacting, then whatever enemy they face must be formidable. And the first such enemy who comes to mind is the culprit who kidnapped Labris and forced us to fight in the P1 Grand Prix.
She said the reading spiked all of a sudden. Did something happen over there?
Nothing springs to mind. Oh, sorry, hold on a moment.
Shouldn't you like help Labris a bit? No, not hold on a moment. I checked the clock on the wall on the drawer. It's order. Uh-oh. There was an abnormal shadow reading. The Midnight Channel could be involved. Well, if it isn't quite midnight, maybe not. Or I guess maybe they got captured to prepare for the Midnight Channel. I need to find a room with a TV.
I'm sorry, but let's continue this on the move. We should meet up at the very least.
Yeah.
Actually, is that a helicopter I hear in the background?
Yeah, I'm surprised you can tell. We have a maid piloting one right now.
Oh, well, another Japanese thing. Maids always piloting helicopters. Personal helicopter and a maid piloting. I never thought of my family as poor, but thinking back to the limousine, the Kirijo clan seems to be on a completely different level.
Let me think of a place where a helicopter could land around here.
Uh-oh. We know what that means. As I continue to talk while walking down the hallway, all the lights suddenly turn off. Though it is midnight, this is a police station. There should be several officers staying stationed here, even at this hour. I don't know what location she's in. So, I wonder if she's close to Gekkohan High School. Could never pronounce that right. However, in defiance of these facts, an unnatural stillness pervades the air.
A blackout.
No, that's not it. The roaring helicopter rotors on the other end of the line have also fallen silent.
Labras?
Oh god. My cell phone has gone dead as if the batteries were drained. Try a few things, but it won't even turn on. Have all the electronics have stopped working suddenly? But I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, I open a nearby door to get a better look at my environment. The empty room is hazily lit by an eerie red glow coming from the window. Walking to get a clearer view, I gasp at the sight outside. An obviously pall has fallen upon this quiet rural town.
Red fog?
Seeing the town enveloped in fog, I can't help but remember last year's case. With a foreboding feeling that the situation has taken a turn for the worse, I quickly leave the strangely empty Inaba station. To be continued? No! Okay, well, we got some information. So that was 3%. So the first 3 bits of fire. Okay, well, seems about right. So I guess we're going to see some Risei action now in Patience.